Welcome to Boxing During Dinner. We're here with Tureano Johnson. He's our guest for tonight, our special guest.
He came at the right time. Look at this.
And he got here at the right time because they're bringing dinner.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And we have here the vaca frita, which is our favorite. What are these potatoes?
Yeah, those potatoes mixed in. Oh, the potatoes mixed in. That looks
chicken parmesan.
It's my personal favorite.
See, Tureano fights on Friday.
Yeah, he's trying to make weight.
Are you gonna be able to eat all this?
We might have to renegotiate.
You're gonna be in the sauna. Oh, look at that chicken!
Yeah.
Look at that.
Chicken.
See, we take care of our fighters. If not, you'd be in the steam room in the sauna for days.
And then we got some pasta.
All right. Look at this. Oh, Dios mío. Look at that.
See, Tureano, we weren't playing when we said that they would bring us a lot of food, and we're glad you could join us here in Boxing During Dinner a few days before his fight.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of fighters they'd be tempted. They might eat all this, but not Tureano. He's dedicated to boxing. But we're going to talk about his upcoming fight and about his career coming up. But first, a big fight this past weekend.
Yeah, top 5 pound for pound fighter.
Danny Garcia knocks out Amir Khan, and every time I mention the words pound for pounder on Amir Khan, he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Or loses a fight, even though he may have won against Lamont Peterson. But still, he did lose that fight. But Amir Khan, David, a lot of people, and you know, we go on Facebook and Twitter, and we read what the boxing community is saying. I've heard more than praising Garcia. I've heard people criticizing Amir Khan, saying he was overrated, saying he wasn't as good as people thought. I totally disagree. I don't know about you. I think it's more Danny Garcia what he did than what Amir Khan, you know, if he's overrated or not.
I agree to an extent. The thing with Amir Khan, no one has ever doubted his talent, and you saw in the first 2 rounds the difference in skill between Amir Khan and Danny Garcia. The problem with Amir Khan, which also makes him very exciting to watch, is that he likes to trade. When you have a chin like he does, which has been suspect, you know, unfortunately for a good chunk of his career, the fight that he likes to fight is not the fight that he should fight. He should be boxing, keeping guys at the end of his jab. He has a reach advantage over most guys he gets in the ring with, but he likes to fight. We like to watch him fight, but that didn't serve him well with Danny Garcia. 3rd round, you start to see Garcia getting closer, and then he lands that crushing left hook right behind the ear. And Khan was never the same after that, you know. And Freddie Roach, you know, said so as well. You know, in the 4th round, he never had his legs back. And Danny Garcia, pretty much, he had him there for the taking afterwards. Garcia fought an incredible fight, a very smart fight, disciplined. I mean, he kept catching him with that counter left hook every single time that he wanted to throw it, and he was throwing it with abandon. And it paid dividends. Danny Garcia came out and won this fight. Not that Amir Khan lost it. Danny Garcia won this fight.
Amir Khan, I think, should have maybe boxed a little more, but you know, he decided to brawl a little bit with Danny Garcia, and he got caught. And to his credit, in that 4th round, after he got dropped the first time, he was fighting his ass off. I mean,
I couldn't believe it.
He nailed Garcia with some good shots, and Garcia took him. And Tureano over here, he's a brawler. He doesn't like to box. He likes to throw punches.
Yeah, which is awesome. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out on YouTube.
He's an exciting fighter.
He's very fun to watch.
And something we were talking about earlier, Tureano, we were talking about how Amir Khan should have maybe boxed more, used that to his advantage, you know. And your manager Victor was saying that you know, sometimes they want to get you to box a little more, but you like to trade.
I'm the opposite of Khan. You know, hey, my managers they want me to go there and use a little bit of skills, you know, and so on, make the fight a little pretty. But that's not me. You know, I like to get in there and be rough. You know, I want to give the fans an exciting fight, and I like to do what I'm naturally good at doing. I like to go in there and bust them up.
See, and you're naturally good at that. But do you think fighters like Amir Khan, which are boxers, should maybe shy away from the temptation of fighting an exciting fight when they know that they should be boxing and that's their way to victory?
You know, initially when I started professional boxing, a lot of folks and a lot of coaches said, you know what, you need to try to use your jab more, you need to move your head more often, you know. But, you know, my dad, who's sitting in the back of us, said, look, do not stray Tureano away from his natural ability. Do not try to fix what hasn't been broken. And, hey, I'm good, I'm fighting on the inside and middle distance. Hey, I wanna have all the tools there are. I want my screwdriver, my Phillip, you know, I want my hammer, I want my sledgehammer, anything. Yeah, I want them all. I want all of them. But hey, I'm good at what I'm using, and let's continue to use it. American, hey, what in the world are you doing on the inside there in the first place, man?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
agree.
glass chin.
I agree 100%.
There's fighters that don't they have nothing to do on fighting on the inside, and somebody that used to fight like that was Paul Williams, David. But a couple of guys that weren't boxing much were Derek Chisora
and David Hay.
And David Hay.
But that's a special breed, because there it is, Paul Williams, he's awesome on the inside who rarely uses the jab.
Right.
It's hard to find fighters like that, man, and hey, kudos to Paul Williams.
Yeah, we would. It's a shame that we won't see him in the ring again, but he gave us a lot of good fights while his career was lasting. You talked a little bit about David Hay, Derek Chisora. I wish that the David Hay that showed up on that fight had showed up when he fought Vladimir Klitschko several months ago. He came out looking to win that fight immediately, and I think he applied pressure really well, countered Chisora, used his speed, and he came looking for that knockout very early on. Interesting thought, Chisora wanted a 12-round fight, Hay had agreed to it, and then several weeks ago they switched it to a 10-rounder, and you wondered if that was an indicator that maybe Hay wasn't in shape or something like that. Not the case at all. I think it wouldn't have made a difference if it was 6 rounds or not. David Hay came out throwing sledgehammers like you're saying, and took the roof off of that stadium, knocked out Derek Chisora. He looks really sharp. I was impressed.
He was throwing a lot of punches, but one thing is the fact that he's fighting Derek Chisora, and another thing is fighting a 6'6" guy that outweighs you by like 50 pounds.
Sure.
In any of the two Klitschkos. And you're right. Maybe he should have done that against Klitschko, because there's some times that a fighter and Tureano, maybe you've been in fights like this, and you've definitely seen guys in these type of fights. They know their chance of winning the fight is to go all out, throw punches, knock out their opponent. And some fighters they shy away from that, and I just don't get it. And we've seen it time and time again.
They're afraid of getting hurt, and I think that's what happened with David Hay. I think he was afraid of getting hurt against Vladimir Klitschko. He can blame it on his toe all that he wants, but he was afraid of getting hurt. But that left hook that he threw, this was the weekend of left hooks. I think Vicente Sanchez, a friend of ours on Facebook, had said that Garcia caught Khan with the left hook that changed the fight, and that rocket ship left hook that David Hay threw, where he finished it off with the right hand to drop Chisora the first time, was one of the nicest punches I've seen all year. But again, if David Hay, I think he is clearly the third best heavyweight in the world, but that puts him way behind numbers 1 and 2. And if he ever wants a chance at beating either of these Klitschko guys, if he can even get in the ring with them, he needs to fight them like he fought Derek Chisora.
I think the Klitschkos need to retire before he becomes a legit world champion again. But a division that is hot, because I think the heavyweight division's crap, whether David Hay beat Derek Chisora or not. The 160-pound division is a legit division.
Yeah.
It's one of the top divisions in boxing. We got Chavez Martinez coming up September 15th. So the stage is set for the middleweight division, and we have here Tureano Johnson, who's a middleweight.
Yeah.
Up-and-comer. He's undefeated, not lost. One of the most exciting fighters.
And a lot of knockouts in there, too, in a very short career.
A lot of knockouts. And Tureano, throughout your career, you brawled. You've shown your punching power. Now you're getting into that into that time of your career where you're gonna start being a nationally televised fighter. The fans are gonna love you, right?
Hey, why not love something that back in the old days in Greek they did love the gladiators too, right? Why wouldn't they love me? I like to get in there and get a little bloody and a little dirty, of course.
We're not gonna throw no lines at you or anything.
Hey, if you want to throw the lines at me, you better bring a dozen of them.
Love it. Tureano, you've been compared to Arturo Gatti. That's how they're billing you, as the darker Arturo Gatti, fighting at 160. How do you feel about that compliment? And do you take it as a compliment?
Really, they put me as Arturo Gatti.
Hey, I didn't say it.
Hey, hats off to Arturo Gatti, God rest his soul. But yeah, and I am a fan of Arturo Gatti. I believe he's an exciting guy who like to get in there, like myself. Get rough, get dirty, give the fans a little something, to go with. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be taking so many punches to the head. No, I don't take as much punches as the great Arturo Gatti. I'm a guy who like to catch my punches, and I want to get in there and get a little rough. And I'm real good on the inside. I'm learning a little bit about the outside fighting, but hey, I'm on the inside there. Like Arturo Gatti, just tone it down a bit.
Sure.
Let's put it as Tureano, the darkest side of Arturo Gatti.
I like that. Hey, that's a good motto to go with. And it's also a good observation on your part. We talked about this, a little bit briefly before. was that maybe Arturo Gatti was a fighter who never really evolved. He gave people, their money's worth every time they went out because they knew they were going to get a war. But what was probably his limit is that he always fought the same fight. Now you're saying, you want to build all those tools in your shed and everything like that. What do you feel your progression is like 3 years from now? What is Tureano Johnson known for 3 years from now?
It's so much I can say, because I have improved in a tremendous manner. I've been able to learn how to put the punches together, been able to jab now these days. So to say, people say Tureano don't know how to throw a jab.
Now he's doing it.
Hey, and I want that to stay in all of these boxers' mind. Tureano don't know how to jab. All right. But you can say I've evolved into a more technical fighter to what people may want.
And something Tureano does in the ring is he could fight both southpaw. He could fight from the right-handed stance. And somebody that used to do that a lot in that division back in the day is Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yep.
And you told me earlier on that's one of your idols.
Oh, if Marvin Hagler is my idol, I must tell you, when he was robbed, my dad has a record of it. I say, wow, that man is awesome. He's unbelievable. The energy, the style, the aggression. That's something I admire. I admire the Marvin Hagler, the Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson, and then polish it off a little bit with a Sugar Ray Robinson. But I admire the brutality of the sport. Not taking away the intelligence of it, because it's a very technical sport. In fact, if you ask many intelligent people, they say, boxing is a gentleman's sport. It's a sport where, you do have to be refined and be able to conduct yourself in a respectful manner.
I, by no stretch of the imagination, am a fighter, nor do I want anyone to think that I'm trying to be a fighter. But I told Tureano that I had sparred about 6 rounds today with a friend of mine at my gym, and he said that we can't be friends. He said he wants to be really close friends with you, but he says that we can't be friends. Not that I ever planned on challenging him, but he says anyone who puts on a pair of gloves is suspect. Exactly, is suspect. Tureano, why this mindset, and what do you think that does for you when you get into fights?
You gotta blame my dad, but I understand, and it is true. Everybody's a suspect. Once you put on a glove, whether you're 105 pounds and I'm 160 pounds, you are a suspect. Because no telling, one day you may want to challenge me.
I don't.
And hey, who knows? One day you may make it to the top before me. I need to be to the top. I want to be the best. So everybody out there who calls himself a boxer or even a boxing fan, you're a suspect, like it or not. I want you or you want me. That's how it's going to be.
And Canelo Alvarez definitely doesn't care how much you weigh, because he beat up a 106-pound Archie Solis.
Yeah, and now he's going to try to beat up a 140-pound Josecito Lopez, which is another story.
But Tureano, the middleweight division, like I was saying earlier, it's a hot division. The fighters in the division, looking forward a year or two, who do you want to still be around at that time in the division? Obviously, we got Martinez and Chavez fighting it out for that #1 spot. Who do you foresee fighting in the future?
Well, it's obvious. Even though they are not legitimate middleweight, you have the Floyd Mayweather and the Manny Pacquiao. It is obvious that these guys are growing in age, and they're going to be out of there pretty soon. They have given their best, and they had raised the sport in our division to a climax where it probably have never been before. But as far as the future, I think the middleweight is going to be the hottest division again, because you got Chavez, Martinez, and even Saul Alvarez,
Yeah, and Canelo definitely come up to middleweight.
I like no fighter, but I have to give respect. These guys are talented guys, and they are showmen. And the sport is going to continue to grow, and people ought to continue, supporting the sport. The middleweight division is the sport that's going to be the reigning champion for years to come, and myself, will be one of those champions, and even a Hall of Famer.
And we may see him against Erislandy Lara down the road.
Yeah.
I think there's
that's a fight with a storyline.
Well, yes, we do have some histories there, but regardless, I want the best. I want them all, whether it be Erislandy Lara, whether it be Saul Alvarez, and if Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are still around, who does not want them? But I don't want to fight them for the money. I don't want to fight them just to step into the limelight like many other fighters do, call out these big shots. No, I want to fight these guys knowing that I can beat them. Because the fact is, I'm in boxing not just to be in boxing. No. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't believe I could beat the world champion.
It's a big statement. If you guys haven't seen Tureano fight, you'll understand why this
You'll
is
love him.
not only a statement that's big and bold, but it's a statement that he intends on backing up. The guy doesn't pull punches either here in interviews or in the ring when he's actually fighting. You guys are going to see a lot of him, and we're excited to have him here on the show tonight.
And you want to say hello to anybody in specific? I know you're from the Bahamas. You miss home.
Yes, I haven't been home for quite some time back in the Bahamas. I miss you guys. Hey, I want y'all to continue to support me and look out for me. Come the 20th of July, we're gonna be in California putting on a show. I don't expect it to be long, but hey, still watch it. And back to my folks back in Cuba, la suerte para los toro cubano. And hey, to my wife and my daughter, Tatiana and Natanya, I love you guys. And hey, let's continue to give God the honor and the glory.